Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. For the last many months or even many weeks, a subject of not much interest has been discussed in the channels by the leftist and partly due to the initiation of a Muslim to argue in the court about the non-entry of women in Sabarimala temple of Kerala. The court inquired the matter with government of Kerala and instructed government of Kerala to file their affidavit connected with the entry of the women, particularly aged between 10 and 55, to the Sabarimala temple. So many points are to be mentioned here for explaining the question, why should or why should not women be allowed to enter Sabarimala temple? One can very clearly see that majority of the Christian, particularly Catholic Christians, customs and rituals, protocols, rules and regulations, restrictions and liberations and freedoms, these are all not based on Bible at all. They are based on the instructions and the directions and the guidance of Pope from Vatican. Even an ordinary man after death can be elevated, can be benedicted to the level of a saint. And that sanctification, I am using a wrong word, is done exclusively based on the opinion of the Pope suggested by the local people of Christian community. So the Pope declares that Alfonso Ma is a saint. Pope declares that George is Saint George. It's a purely human being declaring another human being after death as a saint or reverence deserving personality. So in the almost all the protocols and customs and rituals of the Muslims, they're decided and dictated by the leaders either living now or who lived earlier days. Their protocols, customs and rituals were given by the respective Purohitas, Acharyas or the priest. Exactly like that, every religion has got its own restrictions, rules and regulations. This is the point number one which I want to tell. Second, customs and rituals and protocols are there not only in spirituality, not only in religion, but also in politics it is there, in social faculties it is there, in anthropological faculties it is there, in psychological factors it is there, economical and financial and industrial and the business oriented factors also, this type of customs and rituals are there. Say for example, Indian president, a ordinary human being. In Indian constitution it has been clearly declared that every Indian deserves the same level of freedom. But Indian president has got a special freedom and he is the head, and whenever he comes, the whole area should be protected, and he gives the oath, pledge for the ministers, and why he should read and make the ministers read those things. The ministers know how to read one paragraph nicely, but variety of protocols are there connected with President of India. Variety of protocols. In English it is called protocols. In the religious terms it can be called as customs and rituals. They are connected with the naval commander, army commander, air force commander, governor of Kerala, chief minister, governor of India, not Kerala, governors of India, and even a panchayat secretary or even a corporation mayor. There are protocols for everyone. These protocols are customs and rituals. When you register for your house building advance in an office, government office, you register it in the name of President of India. He does not even know that it is registered under his name. Variety of rules and regulations are there, customs and rituals are there. In the court, you cannot just like that talk in a court in front of a judge. Advocates have got so many protocols and customs and rituals, and even the witness have got so many customs and rituals to be for explaining their points. The criminals, they have got protocols. The police inspectors have got protocols while they are entering into the court. All these are social protocols and social customs and rituals. So every nook and corner we can see that such protocols are there everywhere in the world. That is second point. Now third point, Rahul Ishwar, the so-called grandson of the Tantri of Shabarimala, his wordings and his explanations appeared to me, it may not be true, that he is the final authority in India, just like a Pope, to give explanation about Shabarimala or some other temple where women are not permitted to enter. He is not the final authority. I don't even know whether he knows anything about the background of Indian customs and rituals or religious aspects. But I am not belittling him, I am not degrading him, but he declares as though it is the rules and regulations of Hindu Dharma. He can say it is my opinion, it is my viewpoint, it is my vision, it is what is that I think. But without mentioning that, he declares as though he is a judge to explain these parameters when somebody is asking the questions. Thus getting Hindu Dharma denigrated and belittled, and many other people are forced to reply his comments. But the Naishtika Brahmachari is the word he continuously uses for explaining Shabarimala phenomenon of non-entrance or non-entry of women. What is Naishtika Brahmachari? It's not a complicated word, it's the simplest word. In the life, if you are following the Nishtha of a Brahmacharya, even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, even if he is married, he was a Naishtika Brahmachari. Vivekananda without marriage, he was a Naishtika Brahmachari. Shankaracharya was a Naishtika Brahmachari. Madhvacharya was a Naishtika Brahmachari. Madhavacharya was a Naishtika Brahmachari. And Ramana Maharshi was a Naishtika Brahmachari. There are hundreds and thousands of rishis in India who are Naishtika Brahmacharis. What is the new thing in that one? Many women used to come in front of them. And Mata Amritanandamai is a Naishtika Brahmachari. Satya Sai Baba was a Naishtika Brahmachari. Sri Ravi Shankar was a Naishtika Brahmachari. Many women and many men used to come there and touch their feet and even get hugged and without any so losing the Naishtika Brahmacharya. If living people like Shankaracharya or Vivekananda, they can receive hundreds and thousands of women, and the most closest disciple of Vivekananda happened to be Sister Nivedita. I need not tell that one, she is a woman. You know that one. There nothing will be losing. Only in Shabarimala Naishtika Brahmacharya, because of that the problem comes. And there are hundreds and thousands of Shasta Ayyappa temple throughout the world where women are not prevented. There may be Shanishwara temple throughout the world, there women are not prevented. Then on what basis the Naishtika Brahmacharya prevents entry of women? No way that is an answer. Absolutely not an answer. The word is used in such a way that the interviewer get confused and the interviewing person think that when I explain this one, the world will approve it. Wrong. If it is wrong, he can, and he in the future also he can tell this is my opinion. Very good. Then and there it ends. Everybody in India has got the freedom to express their opinion, their viewpoint, whether people accept it or people reject it. One thing is very sure, you have got the freedom to explain it, but not as a representative of Hindu Dharma. A Christian can explain anything of his viewpoint and vision, but not as a representative of Pope. A Muslim can explain anything, whatever he wants according about his religion, his viewpoint, but not as a representative of the Imam of Mecca. He cannot explain that one. I am the representative and say that one. Like that, Rahul Ishwar does not have the freedom to explain these things as the representative of a Hindu Dharma. He might not have told that I am the representative of Hindu Dharma, but explanation goes and the impression goes, I am the grandson of the Tantri of Shabarimala, so I have got the authority to talk like that. Wrong. Now the last point, Shabarimala temple or any other temple, Guruvayur temple, Chotanikara temple, Sri Padmanabha Swami temple, or any temple anywhere in the world, they follow the customs and rituals or acharas specifically either written or declared or followed as precedents declared by the Tantri who did the consecration of the idol. Maybe 100 years ago, maybe 1000 years ago, say for example in Kedarnath, the total puja performance rules were written by Shankaracharya 1300 years ago. In Badrinath, the rules and regulations are followed strictly by Shankaracharya's method. In Guruvayur temple also it is exactly Shankaracharya's procedures are followed even today. So just like that, depending upon the position of the temple, depending upon the conditions during when it was consecrated, sanctified, the Tantri, the chief priest who has got the position equivalent to the father of the idol, is just like the father of the idol. From the Tantri, the so-called energy Chaitanya flows to the Vigraha. Archagasya prabhavena shila bhavati Shankara, Archagasya aprabhavena shivo bhavati shila. This I have explained earlier, so I am not going to explain further. So the Tantri, depending upon the time, space and the Vigraha and the pupil coming over there, declares a set of rules and regulations which are known as the customs and rituals to be followed in the future. Which are to be followed, the customs and rituals in the future. That Tantri, keeping in mind the severe and the very critical conditions in Sabarimala, nearly 3000 feet above the sea level, and all these customs and rituals for the devotees are to be followed in the winter season, and the dense forest, that is the location where Sabarimala temple is kept, and you can see the hills, the forest, the tigers, the animals, the elephants, the difficulty in climbing, difficulty in declimbing, coming down, difficulty in their staying there, and number of days needed for reaching there by walk. All these parameters were taken earlier days, and then the Tantri declares so and so rules are to be followed. Same Shasta temple may be there anywhere in the world where women are permitted. So it is not the Vigraha or Naishtika Brahmacharya which keeps the women away. And a woman need not, a woman is not standing in front of a living body, but it is an idol, image, bimba, pratibimba. Image is used for imagination, for meditation, for concentration. So one need not even go to Sabarimala for meditation and concentration. They can go to nearby temple. But the problems, the difficulties faced by the devotees, that is to be faced. Nearer the church, farther from the God. Farther the God, you can see that one, the difficulties connected with that one will be erasing of your sin. This is the belief. There is no solid proof. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. For every bad action, there is an equal and opposite bad reaction. The bad reaction can be self-wise erased off at least partly when you are suffering by yourself. This is the idea of erasing of the negatives while going to the Sabarimala temple in the dense forest, in the top of the sky, like in the top of the hill, mountain. So thus a set of customs and rituals, just like set of customs and rituals are to be performed by the Vatican Pope or Cardinal or Bishop or the priest of the locality, depending upon the pupil, just like the customs and rituals are declared by the Imam of the Muslim mosque or masjid, exactly like that the Tantri declared or declares the conditions connected with every aspect of the temple. Every aspect of the temple the Tantri declares, including the length, breadth and height of the sanctum sanctorum, the number of pradakshina to be performed, the nivedyam, the offering to be given, all these are different for each temple but declared by the tantri. So for explaining this, whether somebody likes it or not, whether science is there, logical analysis is there, or rational fighting is there, these are all immaterial. As far as spiritual aspect or religious aspect is concerned, as far as the rules and regulations or customs and protocols of Indian president is concerned, that is the president's. Whether you like it or not, either follow it or overrule that and disobey it and find out the consequence of that and experience your consequence of disobeying that. If you are shouting in a court and telling that I am an Indian citizen, I can shout anywhere in the world, you cannot do that one. And I am the citizen of India, I have got the freedom of expression, so I want to walk in the Bombay street without a dress. You cannot do that one. I want to call any nasty things against a judge. You cannot do that. The court will take action against defamation of the court. So these are all the applicable customs and rituals, protocols, systems followed everywhere in the country, in every aspect of the human life, exactly like that in Sabarimala temple also, or in Shaniswara temple in North India also, the customs and rituals followed in ancient days, that is followed even today. Some of those customs and rituals are getting refined through addition, deletion, modification and correction. This is the answer to be given. Whether the interviewer likes it, or the listener likes it, or somebody atheist likes it, or leftist likes it or dislikes it, these are all immaterial. Truth, fact, essence are the same. It is not the individual who can declare that I am giving you the final verdict and so on. Even Sri Ravi Shankar said a wrong thing. He should not have told it. Connected with some of the issues in North India, Sri Ravi Shankar appeared to be telling that one, if women are not permitted in the temple, men should also not be permitted. Now the question is whether men is to be permitted or not permitted is not the question. Question is whether the women are to be permitted or not. If he or she or they cannot answer, let them keep quiet. Why should give a wrong answer? Even if it is told, they can also say, this is my opinion. Everyone has got the freedom to express their opinion, whether right or not, but very frequently quoting and presenting that, this is my opinion, my viewpoint. There ends the matter. But these people are expressing their opinion as to they are the representatives of Hindu Dharma. What is wrong in telling that I am the representative of Hindu Dharma? Somebody may be asking such a question. Answer is very simple. Other Hindus will be forced to answer these fellows' comments. Why they are forced to come to the point of expressing the answer for the nonsense told by the so-called meritorious representatives of the Hindu Dharma. So, customs and rituals to be followed, President of India, Prime Minister of India, judges or American President or anywhere in the world, such customs and rituals are there in Christian religion, in Islam, in Buddhist, in Jaina, in Sikh, in Jew, and it is there in Hindu Dharma also, which is applicable for the temple in Sabarimala or Shaniswara temple. Addition, deletion, modifications are needed means it is to be discussed not in the court, in the society. Very meritorious people should sit together and declare if they want to declare. Otherwise, let us follow that one. Change is the rule of the nature. So some of these things are to be changed if it is good. But keeping in mind that the torrential height and torrential number of people visiting and 8 to 10 to 15 hours of standing in the queue, if these are all difficult for anybody, let such things are not be changed. My pranams to you. Thank you very much.